In 1634, Governor Dudley of Massachusetts Bay Colony selected Castle Island for the sea defense of Boston. The first fortifications were an earthwork and 2 platforms which held 3 cannons. A pine log fort built in 1644 was replaced with a more substantial structure in 1653. This structure burned down in 1673 and was quickly replaced with the 4th fort. These forts and the succeeding ones to this day are known as the Castle. In 1703, a brick 4-basin fort was dedicated to William III of Orange, King of England. This fort was generally known as Castle William. In 1776, the British evacuating Boston destroyed the island's fortifications. They were repaired shortly thereafter by troops under Lieutenant Colonel Paul Revere. In 1778, Colonel Richard Gridley renewed the works again.
Firepower. In 1635, the castle had only 3 cannons. However, by 1770, there were over 200. The last modifications were done in the late 1860s to the early 70s. They redesigned the ramparts to house the 15-inch smoothbore, 50,000-pound Rodman cannons, which faced the harbor. With each fort, the firepower varied. The 3 main guns used were the 8-inch mortars, the 10-inch Rodman cannons, and the 15-inch Rodman cannons. On top of that, there were over 72 cannons that ranged from 9 to 42 pounds.
Fort Independence is prone to heavy storm weather due to its seaside location. This has actually been a hazard in 1665 when the island's commander at the time was struck by a bolt of lightning crashing down from a treacherous storm. Luckily, that bolt missed a black powder-filled drum by a few feet, sparing the army surrounding. In 1817, there was a duel on the island. This duel erupted between Lieutenants Massey and Drain. Edgar Allan Perry, or honestly known as Poe, served on Castle Island for 5 months. It has been widely believed that his story, The Cask of Amontillado, was heavily influenced by the duel. Loyalists during the time of the Boston Tea Party and the regiments responsible for the deaths of innocent people during the Boston Massacre both sought refuge at Castle Island after the events took place.
Recent history. In 1892, a wooden footbridge was constructed to improve observation for harbor activity, and sentinels to be posted along the seawall to provide a longer range for firepower. In 1925, that very wooden footbridge soon was replaced by an earthen causeway, then substituted by an automobile road in 1932. DCR, commonly known as Department of Conservation and Recreation, purchased Fort Independence and Castle Island from the United States in 1962. On October 15, 1970, Castle Island and Fort Independence were registered as a National Historic Place, which allows DCR to preserve the island and its proud heritage.
In 1634, Governor Dudley of Massachusetts Bay Colony selected Castle Island